here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. How you doing? How you doing?
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, bang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, bang. So it's all good. Howdy folks, how we doing? Welcome on in. Another Monday here in Sydney. It's time to do a little bit of dwiddling and twizzling in the old shed. Hello Mark, how you doing? Hello Tom and hello Terry on the chat I see. Nice and early. Tom, you doubter, you as if I was never going to turn up. I've been good the last 3 weeks. Thank you very much. I'll have you know. Hope you're well. How was your weekend, guys and girls? I hope you had a good weekend. We're going to continue with our acoustic build today and work on that neck. We're going to get that fretboard going and do a little bit on shaping. Let's recap on what we've got. We've got this acoustic. The back is this guy here. It's Tasmanian Blackwood. That guy there. That's the back. Roughed out and ready to work on with bracing and things. We've also got the front, which is this guy here. That is Bunya Pine. And that guy's shaped and ready to start working on rosettes and things. We're just waiting the rosette to arrive. I've got a new Dremel attachment. This little guy here, a circle cutter. We're going to use that guy to gauge down and get a nice cutout, even cutout of that sound hole and the channels for that binding. We've got the neck, which is blackwood as well. So I've got the neck heels all blocked up, the pieces we need for the heel. We've got the angle on the headstock there roughed out. That's not by any means finished, but it's enough to at least know where the fretboard's going, where the volut's going to go, and we can start marking out and cutting out the headstock shape on that guy. And of course we've got rosewood here for the fretboard. We've got to mark that guy out and finish the lines on that guy there, get that slotted and get it cut and ready to go. So first things first, we'll get to the bench. Abalone Rose, commission build. Ooh, you've changed it and you've named it. Terry, you've been busy. Let me read this. Bunya pine, back and sides, and neck, Tasmanian blackwood. Fretboard, rosewood. Bridge, rosewood with the abalone inlaid bone bits. I like that, bone bits. Nut is natural unbleached ox bone, of course it is. And fret markers are abalone, double layer binding with abalone inlays. Rosette is rosewood, something like that. You've been busy. I'm busy every week, but I haven't been doing guitars, unfortunately. I've been busy doing other things. But I have done a little bit this week. I did a little bit on the weekend. I got all these blocks of cut up and measured out and glued on there. This thing's ready to start shaping and carving very, very shortly. And so we're going to start by flicking over the bench and start marking the rest of that out before we get onto the fretboard to do some work on that guy there. There we go. We're on the bench. Okay, there's our bench. There's our blank. We know the 14th fret is right at the end there. This guy's going to hang like so. Okay, so that's the neck, and of course the body goes in here, and this part of this fretboard here sits on top of the body, just in front or on top before the sound hole. Sound hole's about here. So yeah, we're going to continue marking this out. Let's get our headstock shape onto here. I think that's the top. How do I do my headstocks these days? I've modified them a couple of times. Yes, the high end is first. Left to right, high end. This is it here. So we're going to mark out where this guy's going to go on the center line there. Let me just make sure this is centered. Run that center line down here. I'm going to bend that down onto that. Like that. Continuation, we've got a truss rod to go through there, of course. We're going to do that a little later on. Let's put this guy down here and mark that out. There's our center line. You can see I've put a little bit of wing, a couple of little pieces of wing there, nicely glued. You can't see it's a little bit wider. There you can see the step right there. So those little wings will just accommodate those little points there and that little point there. We've got that flared shape, and we want to make sure that that guy is sitting the way it should be. Let's mark that out so we have an idea of where we're going. We're also going to put the holes in there for the tuners. We're not going to actually drill them until we get the tuners, and I double check those. Headstock shape. I might just punch some holes in there, just some guide holes. I'll grab my little hole punch. Should be somewhere around. Where is that little guy? Here he is. mark that out so I know where they are. That. Pop a couple of bits of lead in there just to really make them stand out. Okay, so that's where our tuners are going in there. You can see those little guys. Mark those guys out. Okay, this is going to look good. We're going to work on this guy now. We're going to put this guy away here and grab this guy here. Just continue slotting this until we get these lined up to 22 here. And then we're going to shape the end here. We're going to cut out this fretboard and get it nice and flat and sanded, routed nicely. It's a nice fretboard. This rosewood is beautiful. Mav's in the house. How you doing, Mav? What's going on? The tuners. No, they're I think they're Goto. They're gold Goto, GOTOH. Goto tuners. They are 3x3, so 3 left, 3 right. You'll go away and do something with that information now, I'm sure. Square. Let's go sharpen this pencil, make sure it's sharp. Give me a second. Where's that pencil sharpener? Give that little squizzle. I can use the square because they're not tapered. I haven't tapered this fretboard yet. It's 56 millimeters at the 22nd fret. It's 44 at the nut. Some of these lead dots markings have worn out. Not worn out, but faded slightly. I'm just going to mark out a couple of those just so that they stand out a little bit more. .25 and a half inch scale. Mark them out, as they say. Shooter's in the house. Shooter, what's going on? There's an ad break coming in. It's 60 seconds away. Just warning you now, guys and girls, if you subscribe, you won't see the ads, of course. How are we doing, Shoots? What's going on, brother? Frack, yeah, absolutely yes. We are working on this acoustic right now. Putting the marks in for the frets. Got to slot this guy in a minute. Nice. Down to 20 now, 21. 21. 22, coming right up. 22. Matching the back of the fretboard with the headstock, or the end of the fretboard, I should say, with the headstock. So that'll be cut at an angle, and that angle matches the top of the headstock, which is that shape there. Okay. All right, this guy's ready to be slotted, and then we'll cut it up. So let's grab a little bit of height on here. So here's our neck here for those that haven't seen it. This guy's going to sit over that. So Tasmanian blackwood, rosewood on Tasmanian blackwood. Okay, so that guy's going to be the neck. And we've got our blackwood back, this guy here. And we've got our bunya pine front or top. We've got backwood sides as well. And Dana's in the house. Dana, how are you? Good to see you. Rage is here as well. Awesome, Rage. Big shout out to those people, please. Terry, you know how to do that stuff better than most. If not better than anyone, I should say. I'm going to get some height on this board. Let's grab some height. Where we got some height here. This guy will do nicely. Start at this end. I'm going to line this guy up. I'm going to use a little clamp, and I'm going to just clamp that just to help me, because I find it hurts my hands constantly pushing down on this guy. So I'm going to just clamp that guy up. Let me just grab a decent piece of wood, a couple of decent pieces. I'll grab some Australian rosewood fretboards, I'll put them underneath. Sit this guy on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp this down here. Like that. I'll do one at the other end as well, just to help me keep it all together. Always a pleasure there. Terry is always handing out the goods, as I say. She hands out the goods. There we go. That's nice and firm. That's not moving. And what I'll do is I'll use another one, of course, to clamp this guy in place. In actual fact, I should be okay just by using my Yeah, I might do that too. I'll use another one just to get this guy clamped down and held down. Give me a second. I'll find one of these guys. Where are they? I like those little clamps. They're at the back. Let me grab those clamps. Here we go. Little baby clamps. We don't have names for these little baby clamps. Little BGs. Little baby guys. So we line this guy up. I'm just going to clamp that down. No, it's not going to work. Might have to go this way with one of these clamps. Let's see if I can do this. See if I can make this work. Yeah, that'll work. Just to stop it from moving. And that way I can slide it in very small increments like that. Lock that in. It's not moving. Gives me a little bit of support when I cut these slots. Sharp as a razor. Terry. But he's got his little mate here today, little Basil, the cross Chihuahua Pomeranian. He's a good boy. Terry would be very happy with him. He's a good boy. Once we get those cuts through there, we can freehand it pretty much. Like so. Slotting the fretboard. Let me take a break. Willie's in the house. Basil. That's right. His name's Basil. Basil is his name. He's a cute little black and white thing with a curly tail. You know, those Pomeranian looking things. He's had a shave, so he's not big and fluffy anymore. But he's a good boy. What's happening, Willie? Willie, where's Van Whalen? Is he hanging out of a tree? Has he fallen behind the couch with all his loose change? Ha! That'd be typically right. On a Sunday night, that's what he'd be doing, I'd say. Shooter, thank you for the resub, my mate. Appreciate you. 33 months. That's a long time, dude. That's nearly 3 years we've been hanging on the string. Mind you, I've had a 6-month break, which was good. I needed to do that. Back to the bench. Is skinning a deer? My goodness, lots of meat. Lots of meat and fur. Skins. Skins, I tell you. Nice. Okay, next one. Next. Buddy's yelling and barking at something. I don't know what he's yelling and barking at. It's not Basil. Basil's quite... He growls very silently, quietly growls when someone comes to the door, Basil. Even though he stays here every now and then because I'm looking after him for a couple of days for someone. He knows the place. He doesn't come here often, maybe once or twice a year, but he remembers the place. He's very clever. He feels that it's his second home, his holiday house, his timeshare. His bark is actually rougher than Buddy's. Buddy's bark is quite loud, but little Pomeranian man sounds like he's been drinking whiskey and smoking cigars. He's a little bit on the rough side from that perspective. These slots are really good. Very nice. Scott! Scott! Obnoxious Scott is in the house. Everybody say hello to Scott. Scotty, what's going on? How was your weekend? Hope you had a good one. Hope you had a good one. Moving on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 15 to go. Bloody time consuming, I'll tell you. But we've got to be careful to get it right the first time. This jig's working really well. Getting the frets slotted. Slot those fret slots. Cut them up. Rip them up. Get them done. Weekend was too short, but oh well, life goes on. At my age, that's a good thing. Scotty, I think we can all concur. Which is a fancy word for agree. Sometimes we like to get all fancy. In this stream, Terry does it all the time with the fancy schmancy words and clever commands. Whoops. I've got lots of new gear arriving. I'm improving my side bending jig. I've got some new steel straps coming. Steel reinforcement straps, spring steel, to help bend sides and things. I'm going to make a modification to my bending jig to make it just bend a little bit more efficiently, a little bit more easier and more consistently, especially around the belly or the waistline. And we'll do that in the next week or so. I just want to get this neck to a stage where we can progress with the body. I've got to make some kerf and some bracing. We've got to cut up some wood and make some bracing. Hoodie's in the house. Hoodie. Very good. Dana, you're very good as well. Welcome in, Dana. If I didn't say hello to you earlier on, I apologise for being so rude. And I say hello to you right now. How you doing, young lady? Hope you're well. In there. razor sharp cuts. Now something's not right here. I'm going to fix that up. I think one of these frets is a little bit skewy. It is. It's okay, we'll sort it out. There we go. Let's fix it up. Done. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost heaven, West Virginia. Famous words from a famous song by a famous artist no longer with us. Block of wood to someone that can A, complete the next line of that verse, and B, tell me who sang it. Orby's in the house. Greg, what's going on? It's all going on. These are just preliminary markings. They're a couple of millimeters deep, but they will fade as we radius this board, and then I'll have to recut them again, but at least we've got guides. Terry, you forgot the first part of the question. The first part of the question was, complete the next line of the verse, and then tell me who wrote, what the name of the song is and who wrote it and sang it. Almost Heaven, West Virginia. That was the first line. And you respond with the magic second line. Now, I've never been to West Virginia. I'm not even sure if it's even near heaven. It's probably a beautiful place. I don't know. There's probably lots of bushland, lots of forest. Yes, Texas Truth knows the second line. Very nice. Good work, Tom. Good work. Terry, it's okay. Don't be upset. We all miss questions sometimes, like in a panic in a school exam. Remember the good old days? We used to panic with 10 minutes to go. You got 3 questions left. You think, which 2 am I going to do? Because I'm not going to get 3 done. And then you stuff up both of them. It's okay. We've all done it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Having said that, you've probably got straight A's in every subject and a 400,000 grade point average when you finished high school. That's why you like tax audits so much. Did I say that? I'm not upset, but it seems I should be. No, nothing seems. Nothing is as it seems. You should be happy and enjoying life and enjoying having a giggle with some friends. That's all we're doing here, just having a giggle amongst friends. Couple to go. Just a couple to go. I'm going to move this clamp here. Ooh, Buddy's out the back. He's barking. Ooh. Ooh. Pop that there. Just grab another clamp and just sit this guy up. That. There we go. Makes it easier to clamp this guy into place. Okay. Nearly there. Just a couple. Couple to go. Once we get this cut, we can then cut the sides. Oops. Very nice. Next, we're getting towards the business end of town. Right on the line, right on it, so I can barely see the pencil line. It's got to be right adjacent to the blade and the edge where all three meet. One straight draw through there. Thank goodness rosewood isn't too bad to saw. Ebony is a pain. Couple to go. We're ticking along. You can see the marks there. It's scored up. Internet fights. Floating like a breeze. I like floating like a breeze better than growing like a breeze. I don't know a breeze to ever grown into anything. A breeze doesn't grow. It turns into a gale, which turns into a cyclonic episode. Don't you agree? I think you do. I think you do. A couple to go. We'll flip it over to this side. This will make it interesting. Well, it won't really, but anyway, I just thought I'd say that. Fret number 2. There it is. I'm going to cut it left-handed. I should really flip the board over so I can cut it right-handed properly. Let's do that. Makes it so much easier. One to go. Right there. Fret number 1. Okay, we've marked them out. We know where the frets are going. We can now work on marking out for the dots, the inlays. Okay, there it is there, that guy. Let's mark out where those inlays are going. Terry, 1, 2, 3. 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, something like that. Diagonal. Cross edge to edge. 5. And we'll get the pour out and we'll glue that in. We'll drill some holes and we'll get those abalone shells in there. Then we'll cut up the edges and we can radius this next string. Over the Christmas period, I'll be doing pretty much 2 weeks of daily streams, at least 4 a week. Telephony platform meeting, excellent. Three, 5, 7, 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, guys. We need 2 here. Go that way. Go this way. Like so. 13, 14, 15. 17. Terry's getting excited because she's going to pick little pie shells out. Are you not, Terry? Little blue and green shells. Her favourite little things to do. 19 and 21. Pretty close, but no cigar. No, that's good. Let's check these again. 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21. Okay, we're good. We've got that. We don't need our scale anymore, any longer. Put that up there on the board. Hang the rule up somewhere, up on the wall. Terry, let's go. Let's pick some pour. Let's put a little bit of some dottage going on here. There is the dottage. Find the middle of that fret. The middle of that fret. The middle of that fret. Middle of that guy. These 2 little crossovers here. 1, 2, very nice. 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15. 17. 19. 21. Okay, let's get some shells out for Terry to get excited over. Shells, shells, where are the shells? Beautiful shells. Beautiful shells. We don't have any shells here. Aha. We may have some here. Yes, we do. Look at these pretty things. Look at these pretty guys. I've got all sorts of stuff that's falling out here. I'm not very impressed. Hang on, let me fix this up. I've got little black rods everywhere and all sorts of things that I'm not happy about. Little white rods, put them away. Shells. Okay. Where's the pretty stuff? They're white. They're white. Okay, these are the colored dudes. Okay. Purple heart would look good on maple. Little purple heart dots that I made once upon a time. Yes, purple heart, swoon girl. We're doing, yeah, green, blue abalone. That's what we're doing. We're going to have green, blue abalone theme throughout this guide. We're going to have, we're going to bind the top and around the top of the guitar body with abalone shell and rosewood on the outside of that. So it's going to be an abalone bead on the top, rosewood around the edge. We're going to have the rosettes, rosewood with a little bit of abalone as well. And we're going to have abalone accents on that fretboard. So you're going to like it. Looks great. Woody, you said it. It should look great. Anyway, let's get some of these colored guys out and have a little look-see. See what we can see. I'm going to pour a few out here. We're going to pick some good ones, right? There's a couple of grey ones, a couple of bluey ones, a couple of bluey-greeny ones, a couple of pinky-bluey ones. We want the bluey-greeny guys like that. There's some really nice ones. This guy. Ooh, pretty. A bit of nice jade in that one. There's another nice jadey, greeny blue there. Some purpley guys. Some lighter ones. We're not too fussed about the lighter ones. We want the darker accents. So we want one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. These special dudes, one there, one there. And stripy guy here. A couple of little super standouts. Pretty little dudes. That one there will be nice too. There we go. And one more at the top. There. Look at the colours on those. Do you like the colours on those, Terry and Dana? They're all bluey green. When we polish them up, of course, they'll look a lot better. When we polish that little guy up, they'll look a lot better. This one here, you can see what it looks like. And if I just wet that a little bit with a little bit of spit, you can actually see the color. Okay, see that greeny pop? They pop really nicely when they're oiled. When they're oiled up, they'll be nice. It's pretty. What kind of rosewood is it? It's Indian rosewood, Tom. We don't get Honduran anymore. They've stopped shipping that stuff. Indian rosewood. It's very good quality though. It's not bad. It cuts beautifully, it shapes beautifully, and it plays really well, and it lasts. It wears really well too. It's not bad. Very pretty. They are little pretty colours everywhere. Little pretty colours in your hair, as the song goes. Now I don't even know if that's a song, but it should be if it's not. Soul Blazer for the follow. Thank you very much. Welcome on in. I didn't see you come up and no alerts. I've got to get my alerts sorted out because they've all gone to blazes since I updated my PC, and since I updated actually OBS a while back, everything stopped working, and I thought it's okay. The worst case scenario is we go live and we have a good stream that doesn't break up like we have now. It's this PC's really made a difference, this little mini computer that I bought to run my streams. I missed being here. Hunting season brings all the men over to compare antlers. Ha! Show us your antler. How big's your antler? Men throwing their antlers on the tables, as they say. Comparing antlers. It's such a boy thing to do, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to put these little guys back. These are 6mm by 1/8 of an inch, or 3mm thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my drill with my 6mm bit, grab my 6mm antler, and we're going to drill some holes. Put some of these clamps away, make some room here. Drill. You like the drills. It's only vertical drilling, and we're going to put little doobie whackers in there, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. All lined up. I'm going to grab our drill. We're going to drill some holes because we like to drill holes. And I'm only going to use a hand drill. We don't need to take it to the press. It doesn't have to be specifically perfectly vertical and the same depth. It's a 3mm hole. We can't go wrong. Well, we can, but I plan not to. Terry, I plan not to. Six mil? Have I got a 6mm here? 6mm? Yep, sure do. Okay. Oh, I need a brad point. Brad point seems better. Let me get that. Where is the brad point? Shivers. Shiver me timbers. I'll use this one. That's fine. Should be okay. Where are my drills? Where are my drills? Here they are. Here they are. Shivers. Okay. Let's find the right drill. Whoa, it's missing. That's no good. Six mil. This little guy. Just double check it. Yep. That's the guy. That's the guy. The drill. That's the one. Zeppelins, Hindenburgs. Yes. That's crap. me a sec. I've got to find another drill bit. That one's not very good. Find another drill bit. That one's not very good. Here we go. We get the good one. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This time for sure. Try this one again. It slipped a little bit. The brad point should help. That does help. Lovely, nice and flush. Just got to get them a little bit deeper. Yep, that's perfect. Okay. Drill away. Two here. Done. Super glue required. This is a job for super glue. We got it right here. Pop a little drop in there. Pop a little ball in there. Popped out. He's a little bit proud. Let's drill that hole a little bit deeper. There's a little bump in there. It's better. We got to get them just under the surface so that we can radius and bring them flush. Beautiful. Get a rag, wipe that down. We're going to sand this, remember? So but that's nice and flush. Next. Sometimes I put a little bit of glue around the outside edge. Some flush. Get in there. Make them a little bit deeper. You can tell sometimes they're not deep enough. When it's too proud, we've got to make sure we get them submerged down to the right level. There we go. Now they're flush. Make sure there's no fibers in there. Submersible the abalone. Submerge the abalone. That's what we're doing. We're sinking it. We're sinking the little shell down into the depths of the ocean. Right. Oops, too much glue. It's okay. Little squeeze out. Seal that guy in. Couple more. That's a bit proud. Let's dig that out a little bit. That'll be better. Buddy's barking. Probably hearing barking his head off. Boo! Good boy. Last one. Go. Nice. Okay, we're done. They're in. They're looking good. You might need to copy the entire thing as some of it doesn't appear to be what? Some of it doesn't appear to be a continuous link. Sir Didymus, is he in the house? He has to be. There it is, Sir Didymus with a helmet. He sent me to a web page to look at Manny. Who did? Oh, okay. When you say he sent you to a web page to look at Manny, you meant he sent me to a web page to look at, comma, Manny. There are no web pages where you can go to look at me. I'm just saying. Anyway, here we go. We've got that guy all powered up, poured up, all abaloned up, right? So we've got all the little guys in there, and we're going to shape that guy next stream, as well as cut a channel in this guy, and start thinking about getting a truss right in there, drilling some holes in here. This neck should be put together by the next stream. I think we'll put it together and get it to the stage where it's ready to be carved. Then we can start working on bracing and stuff like that. Little steps, little bits at a time. But that's all I've got for today, ladies and gents. So I'm going to leave you there. Beep, 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 beep. The dog's barking like crazy. I'm just checking the chat, catching up with that. Thank you very much earlier on for the follow, Soul Blazer. And Terry, thank you for the gifted sub earlier on as well. I missed you. Gifting that sub to Bibumstead. I appreciate you. Shooter resubscribed. And that's great support, as usual, from you guys. So, okay, I'm going to be back again this time next week. I might have another stream sometime on the weekend if I get a chance. It's very busy this time of year, as you can imagine. So, hang in there. You got the schedule. It seems to be working at this stage, so let's keep it going. Until next week, this is Manny signing off. I wish you all a good week, and I will catch you again next time. So be good, take care, and don't do anything I wouldn't do, as they say. Catch you next Monday, or your Sunday if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Have a good week. Bye for now. Right, here we go. There's the back.